Alright, today I'm going to talk about the Fifth Amendment. Like when people say I plead the Fifth, a lot of people don't really understand what it means or see it as a shelter for criminals, but that is not what it is. First, I'm going to give you, just tell you how the police are basically working to figure out things. All right. Anyway, when say you're walking into a store that's mom and pop shop, not many video cameras, only on the inside, not on the outside, and you're walking in the door, and somebody else is standing next to their car. You're about to walk in. You're just looking at the guy, and then all of a sudden somebody runs up to him, shoots him in the back of the head, grabs the money that he was counting or whatever, and then runs away. All right. You're the only one that saw it. The people inside the shop run out and only see the guy run away. All right. You're sitting there. Nobody knows anything. If the police need information and they want to incriminate somebody and they have nobody to go on and you're the only one there, they will try to get something from you whether or not you have anything to do with it. They will try to make it seem like you have something to do with it because they want to find somebody. It's their job to find somebody. And if there's nobody to find, they need to find you. They have to. So just don't talk to the police. Don't say anything because, okay, if you admit that you were at a place, if you admit that you saw a person, if you admit different things, they can put together a case saying that you were at that location at that time and nobody else was there, nobody else saw you too, but now this person's dead. Like there's no reason to talk to the police. It can only come back to bite you. Even if you say, like, unless you're not going to talk about anything that they're talking about, you're not going to talk about anything you've done. You're just going to talk about what your kid did at school that week, or what like that's the kind of stuff that you need to talk to the police about. That is it. That is all. Nothing else. Nothing less. No, like that. Just random things that don't matter to anybody about anything, because not even what you did that day, what you did yesterday, what you did that month, no vacations, none of that. Don't talk about any of that to the police. Talk about the police about things that people don't want to hear, things that don't matter about anything, nothing. Like that is all they need to be told. All right. So your Fifth Amendment, or just be silent, because you can take when they say you have the right to be silent, or anything you say will and can and will be used against you in a court of law. They will and can use it against you in a court of law. All right. So anyway, the Fifth Amendment. Basically, don't talk to the cops because their job is to get you in trouble. Any good attorney will tell you also, don't talk to the police. If you have anything good to say, we'll say it in court. We'll say it in front of the jury. You'll get your day to say it. All right. So Ullman versus the U.S. Supreme Court. This is a Supreme Court case that says many people view this as a shelter for criminals when that is not the case. This Supreme Court case declares that it needs to be recognized as not a shelter for criminals, as a right that we as Americans have, the right to remain silent, the right to not incriminate ourselves. All right, and then legal maxims to back this up. This means, like, a maxim means the conclusion of reason, which is these are things they figured out in ancient times that have been used in modern times that still hold true because they are just so reasonable. All right, accessorum. Oh wait, no. Accusar nemo se debet nesse corem Deo. No one is compelled to accuse himself except before God. In a recent case, Hawk 222. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's a citation for something more recent than just that. And no one is compelled to accuse himself except for before God. So you don't have to say anything at all. You don't have to. And then these other two, accessorum non trahit principal. The accessory does not bring the principal, which means if you do something for your church, for your group, for your organization, for your company. Just like when somebody in a gang does it with their jacket on, the gang gets blamed. So you don't need to go to court alone. You go with your people, or your people just go. You can stay home because that was the organization's doing. So the accessory, you're an accessory, does not bring the principal. If you're doing something for your people, that is their thing. That's not you. And then accessoris sequitur naturiam sui principalis. An accessory follows the nature of the principal. Basically the same thing. If you talk to the police, you can incriminate yourself or incriminate the leaders of your organization for whatever. Because I'm talking about, like, with the Moors, people try to get out of speeding tickets and get out of stupid stuff. But people that are doing real things, like going on, because I'm sure there's religious organizations that are trying to learn things about why they can't do certain things and stuff. And if you You come to court as an organization. You do not let them single you out. Don't let them do that to you. They are looking for a corporate fiction. They're looking for that person that did that. You let them know that this corporate fiction is what they're looking at. Whatever the name of your company, religion, whatever the name of your church, whatever the name of whatever is, that's who they need to be looking at. They don't need to be looking at blank and blank so and so, capital letter name. They need to be looking at capital letter corporation that this person was operating under the name of. And whenever you get in trouble with the traffic stop and stuff, hand a business card. If you're Moore and you're trying to use Morse defense, hand a Morse business card to them. That is what you need to hand them. A business card. That is what they understand. Don't hand them something saying, this is my national documentation. Hand them something they understand. Alright, just want to say all that. Oh wait, maybe a little more. Hold on. The cops will use shit against you. A RICO case. What a RICO case is, they can go talk to other people, and other people can say names and dates of places and things you were doing, and then they can put that together to figure out other things. Like, you can just say, I once sold whatever to somebody. They don't have to know anything. You just say one summer, and then they put it all together with 6, 7 different people and figure out that, oh, now you got to charge because there's this 7 people collaborated story, and each of them have nothing to do with anything. Somebody could say, I saw him walk into this place on September the 7th around 6 p.m. It has nothing to do with anything. They didn't see anything illegal happen. All they said was they saw you go in there, and boom, that puts it together, and then you were there at that time, you did this and that, you're there. So don't talk to the police, even if you have nothing to do with anything, or if you think you couldn't hurt anybody. You can hurt somebody. Do not talk to the police, anybody. On the phone either, on the phone or in person, do not talk to them. And you can end up in jail for things just because the police are desperate. There's a court case. I'll try to get a link and cite it. There was a guy that was put into jail because the police asked him to sign a thing saying he did the murder because it would smoke out the murder. They said it would bring the murderer out because he would want people to recognize him. They had him sign it. They put him in jail for 20 years, and then he did. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's just ridiculous. This is a situation that happened, it's ridiculous. We put somebody in jail for 20 fucking years, 20 years, because they were acting like, here, this is gonna be fine, this is gonna be great, we're gonna figure it all out, and then they don't talk to him anymore. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That it's existent. And then even just mentioning a city, a state, a time, anything, it can be a problem. Their job is to incriminate you. Just don't talk to them. And everybody should record everything. Everybody should get a voice recorder. The way the police wire people, you should wire yourself when going in to talk to them. That is something everybody should do. And phone video cameras, I'm sorry, this doesn't look like a phone. Phone video cameras, that's what I'm using. And voice recorders. Don't use them around your friends and stuff, because that's just everybody's gonna think you're working for the cops. Use it against the cops. Use it when you're going in to speak to the police anytime you get questioned or anything. We need to be using our rights that they are using against them, though, because they're using them against us. They have all their rights intact. We need to put our rights back intact. So just wanted to let everybody know, don't talk to the cops. Alright, peace.